Going to bring in former acting attorney general and American Cornerstone Institute senior fellow, our friend Matthew Whitaker, to discuss quickly this and then to move on to a little bit more of some trial discussions. Just first off, Matthew, your response to, I will say, the lack of response from the Biden administration, again, several days out from the killing of those 3 servicemen and women.
Yeah, several thoughts. First, my heart breaks for those families. You know, these are reservists and National Guardsmen and women that are part-time soldiers, that are, you know, kind of our fellow citizens that are raising their families and, you know, trying to, again, make this world a better place. And so, you know, all 3 of them are from Georgia. You know, Georgia is one of the, you know, most patriotic states that has very active military presence and, you know, participation. Second, I thought it was, you know, breathtaking, the admission of the spokesperson that really there is no authority for these strikes on Yemen. And, you know, the right way to do this is obviously to go to Congress to make the case, to get the authorization, and do the right thing in defense of American interests. But instead, we continue to think that we're the world's policemen and think that we can go everywhere and stop all the bad actors. You know, this is, I think, you know, Joe Biden's policies have created these circumstances where Iran and its proxies are exploiting the United States, you know, really for gain on behalf of their friends, Russia and China and others that don't like us very much. So it's very concerning, dangerous times. And I don't think we've seen this national security situation, especially with our exposed southern border as well, probably in the last 50 years.
Yeah, it seems like the situation, Matt, just keeps getting worse and worse over there. Now we have dead servicemen and women, 160 plus attacks here. I want to switch gears, though, right now and talk about some courtrooms, some legal stuff, your expertise, specifically about Trump's Georgia 2020 election case here. We know that Georgia House members passed a bill Monday to revive a commission with the ability to remove prosecutors, okay? They're talking about enacting or getting into this further here. What do you think about that? Is this the right steps? What do you think the outcome will be?
Well, this is the next logical step. When you have a purely political prosecution and prosecutor in Fani Willis in Fulton County, obviously she's a Democrat, a hardened Democrat, and you know, the Republicans in Georgia are responding, and this is what you have. And this is, you know, oftentimes there's a discussion about, you know, escalation, but you know, the left has used novel legal theories to go after President Trump and other allies of his. And it's not unexpected that Republicans are going to respond. And I just think this escalation of lawfare and of using, you know, selective prosecution as a weapon is incredibly dangerous, both at the state and at the federal level. And it has to stop. You know, we need to make sure the American people's voice is heard through the ballot box and not these prosecutors who are deciding to put their thumb on the scale.
Very well said. Matthew Whitaker, as always, thanks so much for your insight.
Thank you.